our initial like car ride. Gave him my phone number. He's literally been calling me the last 5-6 days trying to get me to meet him at the dealership, but I've been so busy running around with everything that I haven't had the chance to. Every single day, are you going to meet me today at the dealership? Are you going to meet me today at the dealership? Are you going to meet me today at the...
And maybe he's a serial killer. And that is why you can go to this podcast. Hey ladies and gentlemen, it's good to work naked. I got a different video for you guys today. Hey, it's me, Meat Puppet, you know me. Usually I like to review anything I find interesting, and I can vary in a lot of stuff. And today, the video is freaking titled, My Ex Still Pays My Bills. I don't have COVID.
I look at it in two ways. So I personally feel like that person has taken me from one space or level in my life to another. So I'm forever grateful. And I also, in the same note, feel like if I was to ever be in the space that I could repay in any way, shape, or form, that I would. You know what I mean? But and the other side of me is like, you can't take it back anyway, so it doesn't matter because you've already placed me at this space. So it's like, yeah, unless you want me to fake be with you to keep my shit, then let's just be friends, and it didn't work, and that's that. But you got to continue to, you know, your credit is gonna get messed up. I don't know.
Seriously, man, what is wrong with these girls these days? I don't get it anymore. That's like I'm saying you were always preparing my food, but now that we broke up, I'm used to having my meal ready, my food ready. Are you still gonna cook for me and all those stuff? Unless she made such an amazing deal in her future, right? Or whatever, or in the past. He helped him get a deal that made him so much money. I can appreciate that.
It's been like, I've been with my guy maybe like going on 1 year, and he's been paying my rent.
Well, I would love to meet your guy. I would really love to meet him because those men are rare.
I know.
Those men are rare? That's what you care about? You want to find out what created such a man? That might be an insecure man. I don't want to lose you. I want to have hope in the future. What do you mean you want to meet a man like that so he can keep paying for your generation and everything else in the future? Nah, man. Are you freaking kidding me? No wonder when I was little, I thought, you know what? I want to be a woman because you guys have certain advantages. And you're going to be like, really? You wanted to be like a woman? Of course. Who doesn't want to have the privilege of woman like back in the day? I wash the dishes, I prepare you the food, and you give me almost all the money that I want as long as I keep you happy. Having sex whenever you want. If I liked it also at your level, hey, Gucci, right? That's easy life. But guess what? If you're a girl and your mom passed away, oh man, poor thing. If you're a man and your mom passed away, people die. That's what I was told. Man up, it's going to get worse.
This nigga still, once he finds out, like, that nigga still paying rent here, he gonna be like, nah, we gotta get him a crib.
He knows?
No, he know I gotta, they both, everybody know everything.
Oh, he's nice. He's nice.
Yeah. But what was your question? I'm sorry.
My thing is, what kind of man? This is no judgment.
How does my man feel?
I mean, obviously he's okay with it.
My man feels like, while we have this opportunity, let's stack our bread.
Oh,
so when when it's
like you then. That's why y'all together. That's what that is. Y'all two are both like, we're trying to come up.
I wasn't sneaky because if I was sneaky, I would have stayed with the man.
No, I don't mean sneaky like you hiding. What I'm saying is your man is on some like, oh, if that nigga gonna pay the rent, then we gonna come up off him.
So your man think he's a sucker.
I mean,
and he thinks that nigga is a sucker.
Yeah, my man does think that.
He think he's a sucker.
He thinks that. But I don't think.
No, you don't think he's a sucker? Really? I mean, I bet because he's watching the YouTube video. No. Well, look, let the guy think whatever he wants to think. I'm not going to complain about that. There are certain people that I can appreciate in my life that I don't mind helping them. And if the guy is paying your rent, he must be making big money. Maybe you're sad one day and your boyfriend isn't like the right person because he thinks I'm a sucker. You might want to suck into this, right?
I have a son. If my son was well off and he decided to put a woman in a car, I would feel like that's disrespectful for you to take. You should have never put that woman in that car.
Agree with that.
That's how I feel. And
could use that money in that car.
Then he should have thought of that in the budget from day one when he initially got the car.
So you know
what I mean? Because
basically getting his heart by cheating. Remember, I said cheating is the only reason.
No, cheating is different. All right, yeah. Cheating is different. I feel like if someone cheats on you, then yeah, you should take the stuff away because they're being sneaky. They're using you. You know, they're using you. But if you're open about things, like I was in this relationship where it just wasn't working, but we remained friends, and he was still paying that during our friendship, and then maybe like 5 months later, I got with my guy. You know, you're not gonna stop.
You break up with somebody, right? You're still kind of chill. Life is Gucci. 5 months. I assume you hope you might get back together or not. We don't know if you were having contact. We don't know if you have those the intimate moment once in a while. But then randomly, you're gonna date somebody else, and you're gonna be like, well, you still have to pay for this. This is kind of scary because I know certain people here in Spain, right? The fact that they stay so long and they still have some kind of connection, but the relationship wasn't even defined. The moment the house where she was staying, when the owner, when he passed away, if something like that happened, you cannot kick the girlfriend out of the house. Because the moment you date somebody almost more than 5 years, for example, literally they consider it marriage. It's like the whole society has changed, that all these people that I see all say, I'm never gonna marry, I'm free. I'm like, you're not freaking free. The government is changing all these gangster laws. They are getting passed. And I realized with time, so people pass a law like, you know what, if a girl, to protect them, because none of the men want to marry, if you're dating this person more than 5 freaking years, they're gonna lock you up with them. So when you divorce, you have to take care of them. All the picture you take with the kid, oh, you're the father figure. No, I'm not the real father. No, the father figure. The father figure is important. This little kid, he needs to have a good motivation. So you're the father figure. You're gonna pay for him until he's 18, because you have to be a very good kid, right? And the kid has to study, because we need father figures, because father figures are freaking important. What the heck? But this girl is taking the steps before the law. And I'm just surprised that you can assume that is normal.
I mean, neither have given me an issue to where I had to feel like that. You know what I mean? So it's not like that man has ever placed me in a space, like the guy that pays my bills or pays whatever. He's never told me like, yo, you got to figure this out.
Do you
know
see
what I
your
mean?
man as but when you see your man, do you see him as a provider? Because he's not really providing for you. Or
No, he does in every other way. Like providing for me, like what? Just our home?
I mean, who's more important to you right now? Your boyfriend or the one that's paying for your shelter?
They play different roles in my life. You know what I mean?
One's for money and one's for love.
No, like my man is my man. Like I'm gonna put him above anybody.
So one's for love and one's for money.
I'm not with the other person.
One's for money, one's for love. No, I'm not with the other man. Why the heck is he giving you money? Charity? I mean, dude, what's wrong with you? You are not with him, but you expect the money is gonna come to you. But you're like, I'm not with him. Then why do you need the money? So you can see, you have an idea how she thinks. But now, she went to a different podcast, and it seems that they were a little more direct with her. So I want to see what's gonna happen.
I feel like unless it's financial, it's hard for me to get turned on by a man. Like to me, it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah, like unless, I think like even watching a man spend his money, like recently I was at the strip club and watching a man spend his money even on other women turns me on. You know what I mean? It's just like, it makes me feel like, wow, like you're a boss.
I think you need therapy.
Fuck you.
I mean, I'm just serious. Like you have to.
Why do I need therapy for getting what I want just for living?
Okay. If you're a woman who could get turned on by a guy for other reasons, and then you also get turned on by a guy spending money on you, I guess I could understand. But when you say you only get turned on by a guy who's throwing money at you, I mean...
that's like the first thing. And then, then I'm curious now. Like, oh, okay, you're hot. Big dick energy. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. What kind of financial circumstances did you grow up under? Like, were you poor growing up?
Now, everything I've seen in the different video, it kind of makes sense.
Were you poor growing up?
Hell yeah. My mother was 18. My father was 21. My dad had a couple crack houses, so he had money and cars and stuff, but it was like hood shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, I ain't have no bread.
Uh-huh.
I had to get it out the mud.
I guess that does probably partially explain it.
Maybe.
I mean, just like your male role model having crack houses. I guess that's probably... Okay, but say it was me, and we were dating, and I was paying for an apartment that you were living in and paying for the car, and we broke up. I would say, I'm taking it all back. And then what are you going to do? Like,
I'm going to say, get it back in blood, bitch.
So she is more like, you know what? You're giving me this comfortable life. You are not going to take it away. And I assume that the way she saw her father live, treat other people, sell certain drugs and everything, it kind of made her show that she has to be like in a weird alpha in a very feminine way. Like, I'm gonna do this, and if you want me to stay happy, you need to work hard or something like that. I can see where she's coming from. Do I agree with it? No. Is it destructive? Yes. Because there's nothing worse than you're trying to pay for a lady because when you prove you're gangster, it just surprises me. There are certain people that actually believe they live in a certain weird reality, and they complain maybe in the future like all men are bad. And I'm like, no. I can see it. You have a certain lifestyle that is not going to be a benefit for you in the long run. And I'm just surprised that some people live a certain way for so long, they don't recognize that their decision making becomes normal with that attitude, and suddenly assume that when they have an epiphany, a moment of clarity, everything changes. And I'm like, that might be possible, but when a piece of rock lands on my leg, I don't speak any of the 3 other languages that I can speak. I will speak my native language. So if you get angry and you're always used to do this gangster stuff, trust me, you can have a moral epiphany. But the heat, the gangster that comes out of you, it's gonna come from the most gangster days. And a lot of ladies and men suffer from this.
I wouldn't leave easily. And I don't have a shame in saying that. Like, I'm not, no. It's just not happening. You're not going to kick me out of space that you placed me in. Like, you're going to have to wait until I'm comfortable enough or until I'm ready to do what I need to do.
It's just so interesting you say you're not going to, when legally it's their right to, and it's the right thing, in my opinion, for them to be able to, and there's nothing that you could do to stop them. And if the cops were called or if it was taken to court, they would rule that you were wrong. Like, what basis does this cockiness have?
I don't really know the laws.
You don't know the laws, but you can just assume I'm gonna flip, and I hope that most men will bend the knee just like I'm used to. Or a gangster lady is gonna come next to me and say, "We'll run the world, and we'll run the world." I'm like, what's wrong?
It's like men are in my DM sending me money who I don't even know.
Right.
Who probably will never meet me, who don't know where I live, don't know anything about me but what they see on the internet, and they're sending me money.
I always find it so weird when ladies find that like a compliment, but certain men just send you money or they do those stuff. You do realize that, like, you know what, I want to keep this fish on the line just in case she stumbles, right? But it would surprise you. Because these are the same men, for example, that when they keep sending you money and maybe one time you seem vulnerable and they see as a weird opportunity, but you don't go all the way and they flip and get angry and you're like, what? Why are you getting angry? What is this? I didn't expect this. I'm like, what do you mean I didn't expect this? They're men. Not all men think alike, I do agree, but not all men send money to women either. Do you see my point? You're attracting the men that are special.
And so they find value, even, you know what I mean? But a person like me would be like, why would I pay for this? You know what I mean? Like you said, when I can go on Pornhub or I can listen to this on YouTube for free or whatever. So that's the part that I don't get. Because even on Fresh and Fit podcast, I didn't want to like put them on blast, but I was like, aren't you men paying to watch men? Like, I don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you pay a woman, like, if you liked her or if you had interest in her? Like, what?
Men are going to OnlyFans because they like the interaction, the control of something. Anything, because they are seeing so many naked ladies that they're like, it's kind of free. I need some interaction. I don't, because even if I might be watching sometime porns, which I think is very bad for your mental health in the long run, just going after a girl and try to have an interaction, that's why I have my wife and my friend to not feel alone. I don't need to pay people to have a fake relationship. That doesn't make any sense. So what the people are doing right now here is in the podcast, they're not trying to have a relationship with these people. They might send money so they can send a comment. They actually chat in the chat room with other people, for example. It's a whole different community. I don't see OnlyFans people in the chat. Hey man, did you see her picture? Bada bing, bada boom. No, I don't want to see what other people think about you. When you see the OnlyFans, I have a feeling that you belong to me. It's different.
You could be a huge fan of No Jumper and it costs $0. Like for you to be a fan, you can watch everything on YouTube for free. Some people see that, they realize at a certain point, like, oh, they have all these expenses, they have all these employees. Maybe I want to give them $5 a month because that will help make their whole operation easier.
Same here. So some people see a beautiful woman and they're like, maybe I want to buy her a car because that's going to help her get from point A to point B. Maybe I want to put her in a house because she's going to be sheltered and it's going to be because of me.
Right.
That this is happening. The same exact thing.
But I think there's a big difference between like a podcast that you get a ton of enjoyment out of and that occupies like many, many hours out of your week versus like just a random woman just having a car or just living in a house. Like it just seems like much, much less common sense to want to support.
Really?
Yeah, it seems more opportunist. It seems more opportunist. Because you can't be a big fan of a woman without any money, right? So they can just come by with a friendship, right? But you don't want their friendship. You want their money. But the fact that I just give you money because I care about your safety, nah, take care of your freaking self. That's what I'm saying. You're kind of opportunist.
So some people may like to support a podcast and some people like to support women.
Some random woman having a nice car.
Yeah, and that makes men feel good. Listen, the other day, with the taxi situation, I was about to say that story. Came off the flight to Miami. My phone was dead, so I had no choice but to talk to this person. I was annoyed at first. He's talking to me, telling me about the cars that he has, and I'm like, can you buy me a car? And at first he's laughing like, haha, whatever. And I'm like, I'm really serious. I really need a car. Like my car is messed up, bullshitting, whatever.
You would just ask somebody to buy you a car? When is this normal? When? That's like me going, hey, want to have sex with me?
Our initial car ride, gave him my phone number. He's literally been calling me the last 5-6 days trying to get me to meet him at the dealership. But I've been so busy running around with everything that I haven't had the chance to. Every single day. Are you going to meet me today at the dealership? Are you going to meet me today at the dealership? Are you going to meet me today at the...
And maybe he's a serial killer. And that is why you can go to this podcast. We don't know. The fact that you assume a bunch of people want to just buy you a car without any weird intention or expectation, it just surprises me. The fact that you're just alive right now surprises me.
That he wants to get me a car. Don't know this person. Literally had a 1-hour taxi ride that I didn't have to pay for.
If you're driving a taxi, you're not making enough money to buy a random woman a car.
I mean, I don't know. Some people, you don't know. Whatever money he has saved up, maybe, I don't know what's his financial situation, but I know he wants to get me a car. And when I go home, I know I got my car.
Does it stand out to you that there's maybe a possibility that he might eventually stalk you or do some creepy shit or rape you or something like that? Because that to me, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Anytime somebody tries to offer me something for free, is just alarm.
You think they want to rape you?
Yes. No. Alarm bells go off in my head. Okay, I have guys come up to me and they say, "Oh, I own this place, and we'll let you have fucking whatever rental car you want. Just shout us out on Instagram or whatever." I don't do it because I don't want to be in a situation where someone's giving me something, because then they're gonna feel like they can ask me for something or they can exert pressure on me. And I know that being in the position that I'm in, I don't want to have to do anything for anybody, so I just say no.
Well, for me, I just feel like if you stand strong in your stance, I don't give a fuck what anybody feels or thinks or wants to do. You know what I mean? I mean, no one forced you to do these things for me. So it's once you give it to me, it's mine.
I don't want to call out anything, but the way she just responded at the end, that nobody forced you. This is mine. It would not surprise me if I hear somebody attack her. She has not pissed anybody, or she has the wits to realize when she has to just disappear. Anyway, remember to like, share, thumbs up the video, and if you have any interesting video, there's a link in my, my description, Discord. You can just go there, add any video so I can review them and maybe do some reaction. And I'm also gonna put my TikTok, and see you guys next time. Peace.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Buta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, turloqueta, verdeta, welcome.